This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Tonight on The South Today, Alpine Helicopters have shared a moving video tribute to Wanaka pilot Nick Wallace ahead of his funeral tomorrow. One of the Southern Hemisphere's oldest state girls' school is set to break from tradition and offer trousers as part of its official uniform. And Cadbury makes its final mark on Dunedin before officially leaving the city. Kia ora, good evening, I'm Melissa Barton. Alpine Helicopters have shared a moving video tribute to Wanaka pilot Nick Wallace ahead of his funeral tomorrow. Nick was the director and general manager of Alpine Helicopters and the youngest son of Sir Tim Wallace. He was killed alongside dock workers Paul Honderling and Scott Theobald in a helicopter crash in Wanaka last Thursday. The crash came less than 3 months after Nick's brother and fellow pilot Matthew was killed in a helicopter crash in July. The video, which shows Mr. Wallace flying through stunning mountain landscapes, has been viewed more than 60,000 times on the Alpine Helicopters Facebook page. It's prompted an outpouring of grief and support for those who were commenting on the post, praising Nick's flying skills and offering support to the Wallace family. Nick's funeral is being held at Wanaka Airport tomorrow. Paul Honderling's funeral will be held on Sunday afternoon at the same location, while Scott Theobald's family have organised 2 services, one near Aoraki Mount Cook and another in Whangarei. A sombre crowd of about 200 gathered at Oamaru Skate Park this afternoon to share tears, hugs and memories of local team Zara Blackie, who was struck and killed on nearby State Highway 1 this week. Zara's parents and siblings were joined at the park by a group largely made up of pupils from her school, St Kevin's College. During the gathering, the area near where the 14-year-old was struck was blessed by Kaumatua David Higgins from Moeraki. Boys from St Kevin's College performed an emotional haka, followed by a haka from boys from Waitaki Boys High School. St Kevin's principal, Paul Olsen, spoke to the crowd, telling them of an energetic and vibrant young lady. He said to see her potential cut short is a tragedy. Zara's mother, Wendy Blackie, said her daughter would have been proud of the turnout. The Southern Hemisphere's oldest state girls' school is set to break from tradition by offering trousers as part of its official uniform. For the past 147 years, Otago Girls High School uniforms have included skirts, kilts, blazers, blouses and even smocks. But that's all set to change from next year.
The evolution of the school uniform. Otago Girls High School Board of Trustees student representative Sabrina Swerdlov modelling the new trousers, which are set to become part of the official uniform from next year.
There's no other part of our society where we force women to wear something or we force women to do something, and so I say, I just think it's exactly the same at school. I think it's very archaic to continue making women wear skirts when pants are a normal part of society.
The inspiration for the change came from School Council Prefect Hannah King.
Talking to people over the past couple of years, students have said that they wanted to wear pants around school, and I thought as Council Prefect should probably do something about that.
Principal Linda Miller says it's part of the evolution of the school.
Obviously it is a break with tradition for what is the Southern Hemisphere's oldest state girls' school. However, it's part of the evolution of the school. It's part of enabling us to be even more inclusive of their students and also to promote the idea of more physical activity.
The formal uniform will remain as the kilt and summer skirt, but the pants will be an optional item pupils can choose to wear. In Dunedin, The South Today.
Police have seized more than $15,000 worth of cannabis plants, 4 rifles and about 130 rounds of ammunition after executing a search warrant on a Kaitangata property yesterday afternoon. Police say a 43-year-old Kaitangata man is in custody and is due to appear in the Dunedin District Court next week. Inquiries are continuing into how the man came to be in possession of the rifles, as he didn't have a firearms licence. With the drop of a curtain on a historic building, Cadbury has made its final mark on Dunedin before officially leaving the city. The restored old dairy building facade in Castle Street was unveiled yesterday after work began in August.
Taking it back to the start, the facade of the Cadbury Fry Hudson building has been restored to its former glory. Mondelez Dunedin engineering manager Marty MacArthur says the company wanted to leave its mark on the city.
Mondelez essentially is leaving the premises, but we wanted to really leave a legacy for the city. This has been a manufacturing hub for the last 150 odd years through various companies. We're just one owner of many that have been on the site. We've been here the longest, 100 years, over 100 years. So Mondelez as a business wanted to leave a legacy to the city.
MacArthur says it's the last official act of the company before it hands over the factory site to the Crown on Thursday. The company announced plans to close the factory in March last year, and in May this year the Ministry of Health revealed it would be part of the site of the new Dunedin Hospital. In Dunedin, the South Today.
Police are looking for a bald man who was reportedly seen masturbating near a Dunedin high school this morning. A 13-year-old walking towards Logan Park High School around 9:30 a.m. has told police the man exposed himself and started masturbating at the Tennis Otago courts, which is on the Logan Park sports fields. He is described as about 30 years old, bald and of slim to medium build. Police searched the area but failed to find the man. Inquiries are ongoing. Still to come on the South Today, models of all ages parade in fabulous frocks for a good cause, and a truck crash takes out a pole and the power in the Dunedin suburb of Kaikorai Valley.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
Electrify NZ Dunedin sell quality European designed e-bikes with reliable componentry so that you too can wear the e-bike grin. Call in for your complimentary test ride today or book online. Find us at 249 Cumberland Street, phone 021 035 9820.
It's that time of year, it's time to get into the garden and it's time to get your weed eater. Down here at the Power Garden Department at Andersons Bay Road, this year it's all about the cordless weed eater. Come down and see us at Mitre 10 Mega and we'll help you get it done right.
It's always really satisfying when a customer comes back after doing a purchase of outdoor furniture and knowing that we've got it done right.
Step into Shop on Carroll and discover a shop full of treasures. We have a fantastic range of vintage and retro clothes, upmarket clothing labels, collectible items, beautiful jewellery, quality linen and the best range of vintage haberdashery.
Tune in this Friday 5:30 to watch Otago's 2018 Ranfurly Shield win against Waikato, exclusive to Channel 39 thanks to ODT and Sky Sport. Spring is here and it's time to get in the garden. Ready Lawn will take care of your lawn needs, making lawn care a snap. They will install the perfect lawn while you plant your favourite flowers and vegetables. Call Ready Lawn today so you can enjoy the coming season.
At Green Island Medical Centre, we are committed in caring for our future and present generations. We know as a young person, coming to the doctors can be quite daunting. Our highly skilled doctors and nurses will make your experience one where you will leave with a smile. Your health is very important to us.
Step into Op Shop on St Andrew and discover a place with plenty of bargains for yourself, your friends and the whole family. We have new items arriving every day. Visit us for a fabulous range of economy and upmarket clothing, accessories, books, shoes and more. Shop with us and support your community.
When it's time to say goodbye to your pet, Heaven Sent Pet Cremations are here to help you through this difficult experience. Call Heaven Sent Pet Cremations today for their care and guidance. Phone 489 2274.
Welcome back. The New Zealand Whisky Company has signed a deal with Speight's to supply the fledgling distiller with 500,000 litres of wash, the basic ingredient for whisky distillation. The company is starting crowdfunding this week to raise $2 million through Pledge Me to fund the opening of a new distillery and production expansion. General Manager Grant Finn says wash is a rich, sweet, flat beer without any hops added for bitterness. Speight's will produce the 500,000 litres of wash the company needs annually. The company has also secured a long-term lease for the Northern Hotel and Warehouse in Oamaru. Models of all ages strutted their stuff at the Zonta Club of Metropolitan Dunedin's extraordinary fashion show at the Kensington Army Drill Hall last night, bringing back fashion for a great cause.
An evening of extraordinary fashion and some familiar Dunedin faces. Event co-organiser Lynette Grave says the 470 seats sold prior to the event proves there's room for glamour and fashion on Dunedin's calendar. Wenda Paratsamua of recipient charity Women's Refuge Te Whareponamu is grateful to all concerned.
Te Whareponamu are very, very humbled at being the chosen recipient this evening and would like to take this opportunity again to acknowledge and thank Zonta and association with Mercy Hospital in organising this most amazing, outstanding summer fashion.
The couture on offer came from a mix of designers from Dunedin and wider New Zealand. Zonta hopes to raise around $25,000 for Women's Refuge. Lynette Grave says it's a worthy cause which pulls at the heartstrings as the organisation helps many people. Highlights of the fashion are set to screen on Channel 39, 8 p.m, November the 3rd. In Dunedin, the South Today.
Residents in the Dunedin suburb of Kaikorai Valley lost power this morning after a truck crashed into a power pole. Police say the driver crashed into the pole in Greenock Street just before 9.
This van's driver escaped without injury and St John were called to the scene. Senior Fire Station Officer Pete Douglas says it was a one-vehicle collision.
Okay, so today we've been turned out to a truck versus power pole. On our turnout we were notified that the driver could still be in the vehicle. It appears to be a slow impact vehicle crash versus the power pole. The driver has been out of the vehicle on our arrival in a comfortable situation, being assessed by St John's.
He says the street, including a nearby kindergarten, was locked down until any threat of electrocution was cleared.
We do have a bit of a street lockdown until the power authority can isolate all the power and then remove the truck and possibly replace the pole. One of our issues currently is we do have a kindergarten. People are coming and going. That kindergarten is currently also in an in-house evacuation. All children are inside and safe and are quite out of the way of any danger.
Aurora Energy say some residents in Kaikorai Valley were without power and it warns people to stay clear of any fallen lines. In Dunedin, the South Today.
After the break on the South Today, Little Minds can do great things as pupil ingenuity leads to a new bike track at Carisbrook School, and a Queenstown school celebrates the international diversity of its pupils that makes the school unique. So stay with us.
Hello, it's Jeremy down here at Mighty 10 Mega in Andersons Bay. We've got 35 different lawnmowers down in our power garden department. We've got ride-on mowers, petrol mowers, battery operated mowers, push mowers. Did you know we've even got a robot, a little robot lawnmower that pops out during the day when you're at work or play. It'll pop out and mow your lawn. So come down and see me, Jeremy, down in the power garden department at Mighty 10 Mega in Andersons Bay Road, where we'll help you get it done right first time.
Every Kiwi deserves a reliable garage door. Rely on Garador to protect your important stuff. Just like Darren, his Garador keeps his favourite ride in mint condition. We have a huge range at affordable prices. Visit our website for a free consultation. We stand behind every door.
Tune in this Friday 5:30 to watch Otago's 2018 Ranfurly Shield win against Waikato, exclusive to Channel 39, thanks to ODT and Sky Sport.
Active Interior Design in Mornington are the curtain and blind experts. The team can even advise you on outdoor products and will ensure that everything is perfect. For interior design with flair, call Active to book your free in-home consultation or call into the showroom in Mornington.
At Green Island Medical Centre, we are committed in caring for our future and present generations. We know as a young person, coming to the doctors can be quite daunting. Our highly skilled doctors and nurses will make your experience one where you will leave with a smile. Your health is very important to us.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
Helping New Zealanders to do more. Talk to MTF today.
Step into Op Shop on St Andrew and discover a place with plenty of bargains for yourself, your friends and the whole family. We have new items arriving every day. Visit us for a fabulous range of economy and upmarket clothing, accessories, books, shoes and more. Shop with us and support your community.
For more than 50 years, Roslyn Mowers and Heating have been selling and servicing quality lawn mowers and outdoor power equipment. Bring your mower, chainsaw, garden equipment in for repair or service and you go in the draw to win a Husqvarna petrol line trimmer. See you in store soon.
I just like it. It's something that you can see the fruits of your own labour. You put it right now, you don't have as much to do at Christmas. You come see me, Derek, in the garden department, and then we get it done right.
Motor Trade Finance proudly brings you Rural Delivery. A look at the places and faces behind New Zealand agriculture. Tuesday evenings 8:30, repeating Saturday morning at 8 and Sunday afternoons 4:30.
Thanks for staying with us. In a surprise announcement, Kavanagh College Principal Tracy O'Brien has told staff he'll be resigning from his role at the end of Term 2 next year. O'Brien says he's had a wonderful leadership journey at Kavanagh College and enjoyed fantastic support from staff, pupils and the parent community. But after 9 years at the Dunedin Catholic Secondary School and almost 20 years as a principal, he feels it's time for new horizons. By signalling his intentions now, he hopes it will allow a decent amount of time for the Board of Trustees to find a successor. A little pupil ingenuity has gone into a new bike track at Carisbrook School as a way to get children off the couch and behind the handlebars. The ribbon was cut yesterday for the 280-metre asphalt track, which loops around the school field. Colourful smiling balloons line the brand new cycle track, ready to guide kids around. The school also bought 50 new bikes and a container shed to store them in. Principal Ben Sincock says it's about providing more opportunities for pupils, and he's surprised how many students haven't learned to bike at home. The project, including track, bikes and storage, cost around $75,000, much of which was raised from various trusts and agencies. Several pupils had involvement in the project. Queenstown Primary School has celebrated the more than 40 different cultures represented at the school. They've held an International Day with students able to get a taste of the nationalities that make their school so unique.
Queenstown Primary School Hall awash with colour and sound. Hundreds of pupils in international costumes tasting food from different countries.
Well, I'm sort of representing the New Zealand stall and
I'm representing the Philippines stall.
The day was organised by Year 8 international ambassadors who were appointed at the start of the year to develop their leadership skills and to support students who don't speak English as their first language.
It's a really nice way for all the people in the school to sort of come together and really enjoys everybody's sort of traditions and cultures.
And there's certainly a lot of cultures to celebrate.
Oh well, there's quite a lot. There's how many would you say, Kate?
Like more than 40?
More than 40? Yeah.
The occasion wrapped up at the end of the day with a special school assembly, with flag bearers presenting their country's flags and performers showing off traditional dances. In Queenstown, the South Today.
And now recapping tonight's top stories on the South Today. Alpine Helicopters have shared a moving video tribute to Wanaka pilot Nick Wallace ahead of his funeral tomorrow. The Southern Hemisphere's oldest state girls' school is set to break from tradition by offering trousers as part of its official uniform. And with the drop of a curtain on a historic building, Cadbury has made its final mark on Dunedin before officially leaving the city. And now look at what's happening in tomorrow's ODT. Welcome, Phil Somerville.
Yes, hi Melissa. Here's the cover of the mix for tomorrow. Strong Woman. It's the next weekend. The Otago Museum is opening an exhibition with little features and photographs of 125 women that make Dunedin hum. And in the mix tomorrow we've got a sample of those to whet the appetite. So that should be a great feature.
What a lovely story featuring all those wonderful local Dunedin women.
Yes, and that's a good number. There's one of our own women there, so look out for that.
Oh, fantastic.
My colleagues. Also in the mix in North Island by rail, in the travel section. Interesting food section as usual. Body and Soul is about when to walk away, which is an interesting question. I'm still to read that in detail. So
that sounds intriguing. I'd like to see that one.
And there's an interesting house in Central Otago that's won some awards. Houses are always popular. Queenstown Lake District Council has signed a memorandum of understanding with Ngāi Tahu, and there are plans for big plans for central Queenstown, including perhaps new council offices and all sorts of other buildings. It's Ballarat Street and Stanley Street, so look for that.
Gosh, the growth over there has been exponential.
It's just through the roof, so to speak. and the DCC is bringing forward quite a bit of its capital spending, so that's going to increase by many millions next year. So we've got details about what's being brought forward and what isn't. And David Lockray has written an interesting feature on cycle rage. He's talked to an expert about why motorists and cyclists and what's going on with that. And a side comment to that is the prospect of some what they call pedestrianisation in George Street. So that'll make interesting reading.
Like as in blocking?
Yeah. So it's still that comes and go. That'll be a hot debate. What blocks should there be sections of George Street, like sections of Wellington, be blocked off to traffic?
Well, it's been effective in other countries too. It's really worked.
Yeah.
So there's definitely something for everyone tomorrow. Wonderful. Thank you. You can catch all of that in tomorrow's ODT. And now it's time for a look at tomorrow's weather.
Tonight's weather proudly brought to you by MoleMap.
Looking at the situation, colder temperatures throughout the weekend and into the start of next week as west to southwesterly airflow dominates weather patterns, bringing periods of showers especially to the west and south. Starting off at the northwest of the South Island, Greymouth and Westport can expect cloudy conditions and a high of 14 degrees. Across to the northeast, Nelson is rainy with a high of 15 degrees and it's similar for Blenheim but slightly warmer on 17. And to Canterbury, a cloudy day for Kaikoura with a high of 16 degrees. Christchurch and Ashburton are also a bit grey with a 17-degree high for both of you. Looking at the southern towns, Catlins, Balclutha, Lumsden and Gore are in for moderate southwesterlies, a few showers and 11-degree highs. Heading westwards to the Central Lakes area, expected to be cloudy with fresh light winds and highs of 13 in Wanaka, 14 in Alexandra, 12 in Queenstown. In Tiana, you're the coldest of these centres with a high of 11 degrees, and you can also expect some showers. Looking at the northern towns, Timaru and Oamaru can expect moderate northerlies, clouds and a high of 13 degrees for Oamaru and 15 for Timaru. Mostly cloudy inland for Amarama and Twizel with light winds and a high of 13 degrees. And in Dunedin, cloudy tonight with light easterlies with an overnight low of 7. Mostly cloudy tomorrow, a few sunny periods sneak in at times during the day. Cool with light easterly winds, a high of 13 and a low of 8. And it will be overcast and cold on Sunday with rain developing during the afternoon with some moderate easterlies thrown in, a high of 11 degrees and a low of 8. And in Invercargill, showers tonight with an overnight low of 7. Cloudy with showers tomorrow and fresh cool westerlies, a high of 11 and a low of 7. And a period of rain then showers on Sunday with colder gusty southwesterlies developing. Looks like raincoats will be the fashion of the day, looking at a high of 10 degrees and a low of 7. That wraps up our news for this Friday. For the latest news from the southern region, head online and follow us on Facebook, YouTube and at channel39.co.nz, as well as odt.co.nz. Thanks for joining us. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Ka kite anō.
This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.